Good morning, everyone. Today we celebrate the feast of Matthew, St. Matthew, the apostle and the evangelist, one of the writers of the Gospels, in other words. And interestingly enough, he was one of those who would have known Jesus. Not all of the evangelists were apostles, and so sometimes the writings we see are based on second-hand reporting. Not to say they're not accurate, but Matthew was one of those who was called by Jesus. And interestingly enough, he was a tax collector, and so he was despised by society. And one of the reasons for that is because not only would he collect taxes for the temple, for the support of the Jewish faith, but he also would collect taxes for the Romans. And people didn't necessarily enjoy the Romans around the place because they were they took a lot, they didn't give much in return. And apart from that, a lot of the tax collectors would take a commission, whatever it was paid. So it's sometimes they would take more commission than perhaps that they would be entitled to, and so therefore they were despised because they were milking the public, if you like. And Matthew was one of those guys who was called from there. The second reading, or the first reading of today, Ephesians chapter 4. Says that we should lead a life which is worthy of our vocation. Now, in the case of Matthew, he had to change the vocation very rapidly. But when we talk about vocation, we're not necessarily talking about religious life. Each of us has a vocation. Each of us has a responsibility. If we are called to be doctors, if we are called to be restaurant owners, if we are called to be teachers, whatever we're called to be, that is our vocation if we do it as exercising the gifts that God has given us. In other words, God says, I'm choosing you because, and I'm going to give you this particular talent. Go and exercise it as you need to in society. And that it becomes vocation. So in other words, saying, I'm doing the will of God in whatever I do every day. So each of us has been given a different gift. And it says to us, some of us are apostles, some are prophets, some evangelists, some are teachers and pastors. But then again, the list could go on. Some are professional housewives, and that's a very important profession too. But ultimately, we are all one body, and each of us needs to do our activities separately and importantly. So whatever we're doing in life, do it in the name of God, and therefore we are doing the work that He wants us to do. So you have a blessed and a perfect day, and we'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.